Tonight I'm going to be working on a BKS, if I'm reading that correctly, which there's no guarantee of. This is another lock from Redeye Locksport. This is the bitting on the key, which is fairly dramatic. If I'm looking at this correctly, it's 6 pins, and I believe that's what I counted. So let's see. It does work. That key sometimes gives a little trouble coming out, but that's to be expected. Alright, I'm using a pry bar again, and because it seems like it may have been picked once or twice, there's a lot of leeway, so the pry bar leans over at, golly, that's got to be a 30-degree angle or so. And Peterson could be a number 3 hook. Tough call. Alright, here we go. Lots of feedback. That should have been pin 2, I think, as my pick just brushed over it, or under it actually. And there was pin 1, so I think that was pin 2 that I brushed. Let's see what we got. Got just a little bit of movement as I worked to pick under that. I believe that was pin 6. Gives a lot of feedback. Some of it may be more confusing than helpful. And it feels like it's gone totally dead. Just a little movement out of it there. This pick's a little short, but it's got more backbone. There we go. That should have been, I think, pin 5. And there was pin 6. As I touched it, I got my false set back. Getting some feedback on the tension wrench here, back on pin 1. Oh yeah. Got my false set back. And there we go. I think I may have overset pin 6 or whatever the last pin is, because when I went back to it, it let loose. Alright, wasn't all that pretty, but I'll take it. Let's get this out of here. And let's see if I can zoom back out. There we go. Get my custom pinning tray here. Handmade from a scrap shelf that I found. Somebody asked about that. I've got the key, so I'm not too concerned about locking it up. And this has a funky little pin there in the back. I looked at it before I picked it, but I didn't want to take it apart. But it looks like in picking it, it may have slid out the rest of the way. All right. So the tailpiece, it looks like, is pinned on, if that's correct, and that does appear to be correct. And let's see, this might be the first time that my socket wrench tool was actually the best tool for the job. Get that keyway where hopefully I won't disgorge the pins. That looks like that one's too big. Oh Lord. I've already got a pin fouled up here in the back. I don't know if you can see that as good as I can. Alright, I recovered. Let's see if I can do this again. Nope. I should get rid of that socket because I grabbed the wrong one again. And 2, 4. It is a 6-pin. Well, la-di-da. Pin 1. And 2 standards. Pin 3, pin 4, pin 6, and pin 5. And I don't see any threading or anything on the core. 2, 4, wait a minute. Oh, there we go. I thought I lost a pin already. Looks like 6 standard pins on the bottom. Now let's take a look at the Bible. And I would say there's a little bit of mischief in there because of the way it felt. A lot of feedback. I actually like that a lot. And 1 is, looks like a spool, but it looks like it might be tapered a little bit. I'll look at it a little closer here after I get them all out. Oh. And another spool in pin 2. Front row. Oh darn. I don't see where that one went. I'm afraid it might have taken the long fall. Oh man. That looks like a wafer, or oh, I'm pulling a Redeye here. That could be a pin in pin. I believe that was in pin 3. Oh crap. I'm making a fine mess out of this. The lighting was not as effective as I thought it was going to be. I tried setting up a little bit additional lighting. Alright, that was a spring. And another spring. Alright, what do I have so far? I have 3, well, 1 and 2.5, 1 on the floor. And another spool. That should be 4. Let me turn this around and see if I can get a little bit better light. I can get these blasted springs out of my way. Now that spring seems to be rather long, or it's 2 springs. Oh, that's probably my fault. I don't know if you can see that. Looks like it got caught up. Alright, let's see if I can salvage this. And then after, whoa, and another spool in 6. Yes, it's another fine mess you've gotten yourself into, Herb. And another spool. Well, that was there, and that was there. I believe, oh, there's that spool. Threaded spool. And I believe that wafer was in there. That actually, one end looks like it's tapered a little bit, so it's not quite the same diameter on one end. Don't see any threading on the core, so it was bitting and some decent pins, the spools and a threaded spool. Let's see if I can zoom in a little bit. Get you a slightly better picture of those pins. Ignore the pins on the end here. Those are left over from a project where some pins hit the floor from a pinning box that I have. Oh no, I'm still missing one spool. Looks like all spools with some serrations on, not that spool, but this spool at least. I don't know if those are showing up well on the camera. And so various lengths of spools, all standard pins on the bottom. And this one looks a little odd as well. No, it's just my eyes are odd. Just a standard commercial spool it looks like, but very thin. And don't make stuff up, Herb. Alright, that's it. Alright, I'm going to crawl around the floor and look for the rest of these pins, this other pin that I dropped. And appreciate your patience while I muddled my way through this one. At least this was not a stock lock. Everyone take care, and thanks for watching.